Today, on another note.
In the news over the last few weeks, there's been talks about Tyler Perry's new studio. Have you ladies heard about this? Tyler, we see you. Come find me.
It's creative arts branding specialist.
Do you think a couple's finance should be together or separate?
My money is my money. And your money is our money, guys.
We're gonna discuss birth control.
You need to still wrap it up, okay?
Yeah.
Wrap it up, Nancy.
Yes.
And we're back on another note. Ladies, you look beautiful. How are you today?
You.
Fine.
It is the month of Thanksgiving, and we are so grateful because you know why? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Lord Jesus.
You're skipping the whole month.
Yes,
Yeah. You one of those.
This is my
playing carols in
favorite.
your
Oh,
office.
I've been playing carols since September, people. September. This is my favorite time of year. It's a lot cooler this time
Yes,
of
it
year.
is.
That's true.
You know, we don't have winter, but that Caribbean breeze blows different for us during the end of the year, and I absolutely love it. Today on set, we have got a new face. Yes, I call her Doc C2O. Yes, Dr. Calissa Crookshank is with us. Say hi to the people.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, we got a beautiful Dr. Calissa's here. And let me tell you, her hair game is a bomb, people. These locks are beautiful.
Thank you.
But we're going to get right into it. So, ladies, how have you been? Did you miss me? I've been gone for a little bit.
Yes,
Been gone
you
for a
missed
minute.
for a
Now I'm
while.
back.
At least you came
Hey.
back with this renewed energy.
I do. I do sound a little bit like a man today, and I apologize for that. This is my
Sexy raspy voice.
I was going to call it my raspberry voice, but whatever. We'll go with that. But listen, in the news over the last few weeks, there's been talks about Tyler Perry's new studio. Have you ladies heard about this?
Yes,
Yes,
I
of
am.
Of course. Well, who hasn't?
330 acres. It's actually the biggest studio in the U.S. right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
He's
it's
making
absolutely,
history.
he's making history. It's amazing. Outside of amazing, you wouldn't believe some of the things that are in there. Replica of the White House. He's got a set for everything you can think about. Do you guys watch Walking Dead?
No, I've heard of it.
Well, a few episodes, but I'm not like a fan. I do.
But
watch
you've
it from
seen
time
some
to
of
time.
it?
Yep.
They've shot 2 seasons in this studio. But listen, the truth is, this studio has been open since 2016.
Oh, well, of course. They
The
just
big
expanded
hype,
I
it.
just
yeah,
found
the
out
big
about
hype
it
is-
this year.
A lot of people only found out about it this year because the big hype has been this expansion that has been happening. And I think it's good for the black community. Listen, I think it's really good to
Yes,
see
it
a
is.
black man in Hollywood doing something to help the industry that he's in. Because to be fair, a lot of celebrities, they go out and they expand into other markets.
Yeah.
He's decided there are other people who are like me who don't have an opportunity, and I'm going to create the right space for them. Not only that, he's taking our market back, to be honest. Our color has not necessarily been in this market, in that kind of area. And this is really good. I love it. Power to you, Tyler Perry. So listen, I got a joke for you guys. I bet you didn't know that our executive director producer was in For Better or For Worse, the Tyler Perry movie.
No.
Yes, Natalie Hodge was in that.
Yeah,
it was a
the
series.
series.
Yeah, it was a
No.
series.
For better, for worse? Yeah, it's a show.
So I think she was in 2 shows, 2 series that they had. And she was also in Why Did I Get Married To as an extra. Y'all, let me tell you, BVI people doing good things. Tyler, we see you. Come find me.
You go find him.
No, I'm not trying to go.
Yes.
You find me, Tyler.
Go to Atlanta, and I think for me, I think it's like a major move because for him, he said there were no opportunities for him even now in his success.
Yeah.
In Hollywood, like the doors weren't open, there was no invitation to the table.
Yeah.
So he created the table.
Yeah.
He created the door to go through. And so, and in being in Atlanta, where his studio is located, was considered some years ago practically
It was a military base, and it was
well, the
desolate.
military base is
Yeah.
next to the slums.
Okay.
And at least that particular area. And it's in the city, it's in the heart, it's easy accessible, it's not too far from the airport. And what persons might consider the ghetto. And comparing how it used to be, even that area, he hasn't just built a studio in like this black area, but he refurbished practically the entire neighborhood.
Yes. He's still working on it too.
Right. So like even when you drive through, it's like, oh, this is nice. It smells good. It look good. It's fresh paint. The streets are all paved over. Is really something to I guess to set your goals as, because Tyler Perry, he's a black man, and his upbringing, I'm sure, was, no silver spoon in his mouth.
Nope.
Yeah.
And if you really, really are a fan of Tyler Perry, you would know all of his shows when he was doing it.
The actual play show.
The plays.
Yeah.
Like the real Medea plays, when it was like real fuzzy, blurry on somebody's bootleg DVD, and they were like, "Girl, I got the Medea." We sitting down and we watching this, and
I remember those.
See that progression from like a bootleg DVD that someone taped in the audience to actually this over 300 acres worth of studio, and named after all these black entertainers, producers, musicians, actors, actresses. Like I was watching, Will Smith had a blog about the experience with Jada, and I was watching that, and I swear to God, I was like, I know that
was a pretty good one.
And then even seeing all the pictures, now they shut it down because if Beyonce's coming there, like this was and is a big deal. So.
Yeah, I think it's a major deal.
I think the most inspiring part of it is to know where he came from. I was reading an article about his background because now that I saw the studio, I really wanted to know what inspired him, and to know that he was molested. He went through some beatings, I would say, from a man who wasn't even his dad, which he found out later on. Yeah. He thought Hollywood didn't understand him. They didn't ever believe that he would make it so far, but something that he said really stuck with me, and it was, once a black woman is with you, they're with you.
Yeah.
And he
yes, we with you. Hey, we like a movement, okay? We with you, we with you.
He meant to say, like, white people, sorry, I don't mean to sound no way, but they don't really understand Medea as much as we would understand Medea. Yeah. Because his stories are real, and he's talking about what we will go through in the community. So that's why they didn't really believe that he would make it so far, but he believed in himself, and he knew what he was bringing to the table. Yeah. So now that he made it so famous, and he decided he's gonna stay home in Atlanta, that's why he decided he's gonna make the studio there. I thought that was really inspiring. To know because we go through things in life, and then sometimes we decide to just sit down and cry, whereas some people use it as a motivation to be even greater. So
I love that. I mean, if you have not seen or heard anything about this, I don't know, what are you doing? What are you doing? But honestly, I think this is a really inspiring story, even for you if you're watching, because seriously, you may see us on the big screen. This is only the beginning of things to come. And Tyler Perry was homeless.
You see me on the big screen already. You just go to walls, so thank you.
But yeah, he went from being homeless, to the point where there's even a sign on the highway leading to the studio where his car used to be parked, just to show you that great things always have a small beginning. With that, we're going to move on over to our next segment, and we'll be right back.
It's creative arts branding specialist.
Do you think a couple's finance should be together or separate?
My money is my money. And your money is our money, child.
We're gonna discuss birth control.
You need to still wrap it up, okay?
Yeah.
Wrap it up, Nancy.
Yes.
At Horizon Catering, we deliver the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services. We know how important catering is to your event, so we cut no corners to ensure a satisfying and memorable event. We can turn your next event from the ordinary to the extraordinary. For the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services, call Horizon Catering at 284-499-2132 or 499-2142.
Your office space is a reflection of your company brand. That's why at KDL Designs, our clients are the inspiration for every space we design. In addition to our exceptional architectural work, KDL Designs offers clean, innovative, and functional interior design for both private and public sector businesses. A KDL design expert will work with you to choose the right colors, lighting, floor layouts, fittings, and fixtures that will enhance all aspects of your space, giving you a modern workspace built for productivity. And with our impressive selection of furniture, flooring, glass, and steel rails, you're sure to achieve that wow factor at the most reasonable price. To learn more, visit kdldesigns.com or call us for a consultation today at 284-545-9933. KDL Designs, where dreams are housed.
Welcome back to On Another Note. So I'm here with today's local highlight. So I'm gonna read this because I don't wanna, mess it up. It's Creative Arts Branding Specialist, and that's creative with the number 8, CRE8TIVE, Arts Branding Specialist. I'm gonna just read their whole bio. It's a printing company that specializes in visual communication through branding, with over a decade of experience into the graphic and printing industries. This trend-driven entity has been trendsetters with its unique sense of multifaceted approaches to various design concepts. And they're right here, homegrown and bred in our Virgin Islands. I know the wifey, I know the mans. Keatley, hi. So if people know by now, Keatley and Cletus Matavius. And they're like the driving force behind creative arts branding, and they do so much more than just like the printing aspect, but they'll like meet with you and try to sit down and get your ideas of how you want your brand, your logo, your business, your concept, your event, what it is that you really want. And then they'll conceptualize and say, okay, well, this is what we can do for you. This is how many products you can get out of your idea. And if you want something on your door, if you need a car branded, they'll wrap it. If you want mugs, if you want t-shirts, pens, they really try to get your soul into whatever the product is that they're going to do. So, I just want to go ahead and give some background on them. It was started in 2007, and a lot of people may have known them as T-Shirt Genius. And then I think 2017, our storms kind of birthed new ideas and revelations. And so I think the business expanded from there on. They rebranded themselves, and that's why Creative Arts came about. Okay. But T-Shirt Genius back in the day when we used to graduate from high school, we used to get our air
that was a spot.
And our logos with our friends, and used to be like, yeah, girl.
And I think a lot of people would remember the Hard Times movement.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the original.
I think that was iconic.
Yeah.
Bring back Hard Time. Actually, no, we don't want to struggle. No.
These are adults now with children. Maybe their kids can do some kind of like revision or some sort of remix. So I just wanted to let you know how to get in contact with them. Creative Arts Branding Specialist. They are located at Sugar Mill Road. You can call them. That's 542-2731, or you can email them. I've emailed them before, all type of government work, child. They respond quickly, so yes, they're the go-to. Creative, that's CRE8TIVE Arts BVI at gmail.com. And they're on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and one thing I like about them is that they showcase their work. Okay. Yeah. And sometimes even when you see things that are a little bit unusual, then you're like, well, I wonder who did that. And then maybe like a day or two later, because sometimes they try to give you a chance to post your own stuff. Okay. So like a day or two later, then it's like, oh, I didn't know that they did that. So even like custom tablecloths.
Yeah. Yes.
They do everything from acrylic signs, backdrops, banners.
Exactly. And the
banners.
Big acrylic signs, the retractable banners, which make more sense now for all these up and coming business owners. Yeah. And even the small table signs they do. All you have to do is just speak with them. If you have a logo ready, then they can tell you what you can do.
Or they can do a logo for you as
Or
well.
they can do conceptualize a logo for you.
So they do designs. They
Yes.
also, and it's not only for businesses. If you are a nice decorator or you just like to have things that are personalized for gifts, they also do a lot of that. So even in your home, you want to have an accent wall, or you want to use a glass pane in your home and make that quite decorative, whether in your shower or different things. They do all of that. And trust me, their work is very professional. It meets your need. So, you know, you're never worrying about, oh my God, am I going to like it or not? And I love the fact that they do these sit down concepts meetings with you first, to make sure that the client understands, okay, this is what we're intending to do. Tell me your vision. So I like to say creative arts brings your business or your idea to life, because I think that's what
I
they
like
do
that.
best. Shout out to you, Cletus. Shout out to Kathleen and the entire crew, because it's not just them, there's a team.
Well, yeah,
They got a whole team behind them.
It's a business that really kind of was birthed from family. I think their family business is like was their first and their biggest client at first, with the whole Super Value and the construction businesses and stuff like that. So they had to brand themselves, and you know, I think as a business owner sometimes that can be like your roadblock. Like people toil over so much of, well, I have this business idea, and you may be indecisive about a name. You might be, you know, not sure of what the logo should be. I mean, I have so many friends that, you know, girl, I have this plant-based something, and I don't know whether to call it veggie or vegan or whatever the case is. And I think businesses like Creative Arts, they help business owners or up-and-coming business owners to really put their name and mark on our islands and even worldwide.
To get in contact with them.
Yes. Trust me, they're good. So shout outs to you once again, just so that you can contact them anywhere on social media. Just look for Creative Arts with the E, with the 8. And their email address is creative, CRE, the number 8, TIVE, arts, BVI, all one word. And that's at Gmail. And you can contact them at 542-2731. With that, it's getting hot in here. Hey, take off all your clothes.
Hot topic.
It's so hot. It's time for our hot topic, guys. Bree.
Okay, on today's hot topic, we're going to be talking about money with a little twist.
Okay.
Do you think a couple's finance should be together or separate? I'm going to start with you, Doc. What do you think?
Oh, let's go.
Well, you know, money is a very tricky topic. Not most people are very comfortable speaking about it. And regarding the couple, I would say every couple is unique, right? And it would have to be based on the level of trust and responsibility.
I agree.
Taking into consideration your income, who makes more, who makes less. And then also there's that, there may be that religious aspect, that person still have that traditional sense of the man might make more, the woman should be, you know. So all these things you have to consider.
Would you do it?
She paused. Y'all, slow it down. Did you see the pause?
Said all of that to then go.
She's like, child, this ain't my cup of tea.
So would you do it personally? Would you have a shared account?
Tell the people the truth now. We looking at you, Doc. Because you know
So
what
I work hard. So I work hard for my money, right?
Yes.
So I would want someone who complements my type of earning and savings.
Child.
Ooh, that's a high rank.
with them on the battlefield.
Right. Wait, y'all. Wait. First of all, Dr. C2O is a doc in internal medicine. Boo, you got to make a lot of money. If you going to step to my girl. In fact, call me first. Call me. Let me make sure your agenda is right. Is your resume together, Adrian?
He might be the one to be getting the allowance.
She said, you will need to
That's
match.
an option.
She said, you need to match my swag. Basically, my wage. Okay? Boo, don't come below that. Where you at? Go ahead, Doc.
So, well, that's just me. But if I were to get into the money and the sharing of the accounts, my idea would be like you have two separate accounts, and then you have one joint account. So you have your account for yourself. He has his account, and then you have an account where maybe you can put in the same percentage of your salary, and then you can determine what you're going to use that money for.
Okay, bills.
Yeah.
And then we have our clothes and shoes money. And
Yeah.
then he has
But
his
everything
money.
together, no.
Okay, I agree with exactly what she said. I would have my own, he would have his own, and then we can perhaps have something jointly.
Yeah.
Especially if you have kids. But the spending now, some women spend more than men, some men spend more than women.
But they eat.
true.
They can't just
They
take
need
that
clothing
money.
that they don't buy.
So for me, if it's joint, you need to have some kind of agreement as to you're not going to spend the money, or if you are, you need to communicate it.
Yeah,
I think that would be fair enough. But Angel, you're looking at me like,
No,
I'm not
waiting for
going to do
Adri.
it.
No, I'm like, can we get to Adri? Wait, y'all. Adri has a saying. Say it, girl.
My money is my money. And your money is our money, child.
I'm with
I've been
that.
saying this for like years now. I don't think I will ever change that motto. Why? One, because even though all of that, his account and my account and our account is cute, but in the end of the day, it don't really make sense realistically, because half the time I'm the one who's doing most of the shopping. I need the money. You can't have your money sitting around and I'm feeding you and clothing you, and if you forget to pay a bill, then I might have to pay the bill. I realize your shoes look a mess. I'm gonna just buy you a new pair of shoes, and your account just being fat because you don't do nothing.
No.
Except just breathe and possibly come home and do manly things, but spending wise,
She
it
means
still might
this.
be me. Like, okay, honey, you need to fix the door. The hinges is coming off. I bought the screws. I bought the drill. Drill it. Fix it.
No.
Okay,
Spending wise is you if you let it be. You can be spending his money. So most men, I think, I would want to think, when it's time for shopping, they'll be like, hey, honey, go and shop.
Why do that?
Or-
When I could just have your money all the time. I could just have access all the time.
Well, if you're spending his money, then his account is not getting fat. So you're actually the one who's spending everyone's money.
Exactly.
So let me break this up, right? As the only
I am
married
the spender.
as the only married person on this set, I think a lot of times there are a lot of conceptions or misconceptions about how these things really work.
Oh, child, no, I got a lot of friends. I got friends who are married. I have friends who are divorced. I have friends who are engaged. And they all got money issues. And I hear it all. They all come crying.
Money is always an issue.
And they scared of living their life out of me. And I'm like, that makes sense. That we are no longer in a time where I find that persons are I don't think that persons are as considerate as they should be or used to be. And all it takes is one bad attitude, one misunderstanding in a relationship for someone, any male or female, to just become selfish, and all agreed terms of whatever goes through the door. And
You've had bad experiences. We understand.
Not me. I know people who
Go
go
on.
through the divorce process here in the Virgin Islands is no joke. You'll have somebody who you get the land of your land is inherited. Let's say as an example, and then you go ahead and you build with your schnookums, and you put the land in his name and the house in his name, and then all of a sudden, schnookums is no longer schnookums, and you go to court, and then you got to buy them out. Otherwise, you got to sell your property and land with somebody who didn't want to buy shoes for
That
them a
is
minute
true.
ago.
But I think it's important that
No,
the first concept, and Adriana is right. I think Dr. C talked about it a bit, where she said, when it comes to finances in a relationship, in marriages, in long-term relationships, even in relationships that say are not that big, it's always the number one issue. The truth is, we don't like to talk about finances. Nobody really wants to have that conversation. I want to know ballpark what you make. Not exactly. I'm telling you ballpark what I make. I'm not giving you the real number.
Yes.
I
agree.
No fool, you gonna think I make less than I actually make.
and then when it comes to you
But wait,
buying
I thought that was strange.
funny, right?
But it's not even about that. The important thing is that we have to be upfront about these financial conversations.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, listen, I want to be in control of the bills.
Thank you.
However, it's important that you are fiscally responsible to be in control of the bills.
That's very
A lot
true.
of times you get Uber SOCA fever and forget
Blow
that
it
you
all.
have your bills to pay, or you want to do something really fancy,
Yes.
and then you sacrifice. And sometimes the conversations, money is a conversation.
It is.
Money isn't about the paper that you make; it's about the conversation on how you spend it.
Yeah.
I like the philosophy. I think Bishop John Klein, I don't know if this is his own personal thing, but he says you have to let your money work for you. Tell your money what you want it to do, not your bills and everything else doing what you want. Because we walk by the store, we see a dress, you walk in the store, you have 2 dresses,
You don't need it.
earrings, you know. So you have to determine what that's going to look like from the conversation. So you have to say, honey, the joint account is for bills only. When the bills only is finished, all your little extra money here, we have 10% for our savings. Because if something happened to me, I don't want you to beg nobody for no money.
Yes.
If something happens, emergency to the car, we should have something put aside. So
Yes.
those are conversations that you need to have.
Yes, I believe
don't like to
believe
have
in
those
what if
conversations.
money. You always need to have money put on. What if something happens? What if an emergency comes up? So I believe in that.
What
I
if we break
also
up?
think well, I also think that you can split the bills. You don't have to go 50-50. You can be like, you pay electricity, I pay the light bill. You can choose a cheaper one if he makes more money than you. But I also believe certain things need to be private. In terms of my salary, I really don't care to tell you my exact salary. I don't know. That's just me. I thought it was strange, but I just don't like to say it.
But I think there has to be a level of trust there. I mean, if you're in a marriage and you can't tell your husband what
Well,
your
you see,
salary
I'm not
is,
married,
then-
so to me
but
it's
I'm
like,
saying,
yes.
So there has to be a level
Yes.
of trust, and that's the
Definitely.
thing. Listen, my advice: don't be sharing salary with people you're not married to or
I
have a
agree.
long-term commitment to, because technically they're not committed to you until they have
Yes.
committed to you.
So
That's
to
my
me,
philosophy.
that's more
So-
for when you're married. Then you share more and you commit that joint account and all
But
of that
realistically,
more.
a lot of that sharing happens now because a lot of people have children out of wedlock, or
In
you're in
our
a long-term
community.
relationship, and you want to have that sharing. If you start it from now, I think it helps. We give our kids.
I jokey buddy.
But it's the
It's
truth.
important, yeah.
It's the truth. You have
Yes,
to have
it
those
is.
conversations now.
Like Brianna said, you should have that money put away, and like you also said, it should be a conversation because the conversation changes. So like from my perspective in health, you may have persons they are married or not married, and let's say the breadwinner or the person who makes more, whether it was the husband or the wife, falls ill. Then what happens?
Child, tell us it's true.
Right? Because that wasn't discussed. So then this person is now carrying the burden of taking care of this person, the kids, the bills, and this was not something that they spoke about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that they knew about. I like that point.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
what happens is a lot of times the financial supporter in the home doesn't really have the conversation of how things are done.
Right.
So you don't really know how the bills are paid, and if something happens to the other person, it's like, well, I don't understand what's going on here.
You don't know what to
Maybe
do.
she was only paying half of this and half of that, or waiting until a certain point in the month to pay this, and then you trying to be the one to take over, and you're unable to do that.
Yes.
But these are conversations that we all need to have. You need to talk about it with your boyfriend,
Yes.
with your girlfriend, and Adriana's right. When people get upset, money conversations go out the door.
Yep.
Everybody is thinking, I want my half back from the joint account.
Yep.
I want my this.
I want to keep the house. Them is
I buy
keep
the TV.
anything I buy. I want it back. Yep.
I tell
But it's
you,
the truth.
real life. I mean,
These
I
things
know
happen.
of all these situations. I've lived through them. I've sat through them. I've cried with friends and family
No,
members.
but they happen. But what I will say is this: we can't account for what will happen. So live your best life, baby
But you
love.
need to be prepared for what if. So don't
Always.
Always.
What if?
Well, what is the thing with the guy from St. Thomas? What's that money you need to have?
Oh yeah.
What is the money you need to have? Where my production crew?
I forgot. Oh my
Where's my
God.
production crew? The guy from St. Thomas who went by the
Jesus.
girl and then he didn't have the money to get the hotel. What is
Oh, I know what you mean. I know. Vex money.
Make sure you have your Vex money in every relationship.
Miss Sabi's
Yes.
trying
And
to
let me
say.
tell you, your Vex money is an account nobody but you and your mama know about. Okay.
Not even your mama.
We gotta tell somebody in case something
have
happened
your
to you.
account.
Tell
I
somebody.
agree.
And let
Not
it
even your
be,
mama.
And if you have a child,
No,
put
you
it
need
in
an
care of in case something happens to you.
Child,
Let
so-
them contact whoever and say, well,
Here on another note, we support Vex Money accounts. You
We
can
do.
visit any one of your
Definitely
local
do.
banks, and then
I
we will
definitely do.
go from there.
Go
So-
to any of them and ask about it. And
Listen.
make sure that they don't have to tell your significant other. Like, I think somebody recently people are not always, but people get in trouble because we're local, we're small, we know each other, we know of each other.
Yes.
So people get comfortable, and then somebody could walk into the bank and be like, I was supposed to be doing a deposit for Adriana, and I want to know what's on her account or these type of things. And then people will be like, oh, well, that's okay. Her account is XYZ and she have on XYZ dollars. No. So when now I go into the bank and if I don't even have my 2 forms of identification, it does. It does. Because people are
You're taking it overboard now. Calm down.
A bit too much for this. No, that doesn't happen.
Have your Vex
We
money.
trust our Vex. Your Vex money is important. Listen, we're going to continue the conversation because it's heated. We're going to take a break and we'll
What do
be
you
right
think
back.
about Vex money, ladies and gentlemen?
We're gonna discuss birth control.
You need to still wrap it up, okay?
Yeah.
Wrap it up,
Yes.
Nancy.
Creative Arts Branding Specialist specializes in visual communication through branding. With over a decade of experience and service, Creative Arts Branding Specialist is the trendsetter in the graphic and printing industry. Our talented branding specialists provide a multifaceted approach to various design concepts, resulting in customized products and services to ensure customer satisfaction. For quality, professional, and durable products such as acrylic signs, backdrops, banners, billboard designs, custom apparel, custom designs, decals and stickers, logos, posters and flyers, electric and lighted signs, window and glass application, and so much more. Visit us at Sugar Mill Road or call us on 284-542-2731 or email us at creativearts@gmail.com. That's CRE8TIVE arts BVI@gmail.com.
Oh, he want to listen.
We are back on another note, and it is so good to have you back. Listen, if you missed the conversation, rewind, because you definitely want to hear what we just talked about. I thought that was interesting. Finances and relationships. Child, go back a little bit, and then you can come back to this. Now we're going to have our health note with Dr. C. Dr. C, take it away.
All right, so ladies, so we just discussed, finances, how to save, if we should share, if not. The next, what we're going to go into now, we're going to discuss birth control.
Child.
Right? As we know, kids are expensive.
Very.
Right? And becoming a parent, it's a huge decision financially, emotionally, psychologically, every which way. Right? And we should discuss the options for persons who are, if they already completed their family, or if they would prefer to delay their family for a time in the future when they feel that they have themselves, more organized and put together. Right? So with the birth control, we're going to discuss, I have taken the time to organize the topics into 4 segments. So we have birth control that depends on lifestyle. There are those that you use on a regular basis. There are those that you use intermittently, and there are those that are permanent.
Okay.
So I'll just throw it to you ladies. You can just pick a section and we can get the conversation started.
Well, I'm the permanent one right now. Amens. Shout out to Yasmin or whatever its name is.
That ain't permanent.
That's not permanent.
Oh.
I like that. I knew that. Sudden. Girl, that's
That's an intermittent one, but I'm glad to have this for life, people.
That'll make sense.
Okay? Yes.
So with birth control, the 2 permanent options are the tubal ligation and the vasectomy. Right. So those are the 2 permanent ones. They are 99% effective, which means that if 100 women or 100 men have a tubal ligation or vasectomy, within a year, only 1 person may still become pregnant.
I know some 1% babies.
Yeah.
I do know some 1% babies.
Right, but it's a big decision. These persons often take the decision when they have completed their family.
Yes.
Right? They may be in a long-term committed relationship, so they don't want to be inconvenienced by using any form of contraceptive or other type of protection. So, and they don't want any more kids, so that's the option. And these procedures tend to be irreversible.
Is there a minimum age where you do it?
To my knowing, no, there isn't a minimum age, but I know some physicians, they would, if you're young, like, you know, in your 20s or 30s, they'll be a bit hesitant.
Yes, I've heard of that. That's why I was wondering if it's just your personal view or you just can't do it until a certain age.
Yeah, but ideally what should happen though is that you should have that conversation with your doctor if someone is considering this, and they should individualize your care as opposed to trying to fit you into a
I like that.
box.
So let's talk about intermittent ones now.
Okay, so the intermittent ones.
Let's go.
So the intermittent, you can use the Mirena, right? You can use the IUD. So there's the IUD Mirena that releases hormone.
I want a hormone.
And there's the IUD that doesn't, like the copper coil.
Here we go.
I used to like that one. I don't like it anymore.
Right. So these ones, they can last for about
3 to 5 years.
5 years max. The copper coil, I think, can go up to like 7, even like 12 years.
Yes, long.
I told you it's permanent-ish.
Permanent.
Right. And it's you can use it, and it prevents you from getting pregnant, but it doesn't prevent against sexually
STDs.
Right.
Nasty. So you need to still wrap it up, okay?
Yeah.
Wrap it up,
Yes.
nasty.
And those and those two devices, their effectiveness is about 98 to 99%. So they're very effective as well.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't know? That you could have gotten an IUD before you have children. Can't you?
Yeah, yes, you can.
I didn't know that. I thought somebody advised me to say that you had to have a child first and then get the IUD.
Why?
Because child,
No, but my views with the IUD actually, I know of persons, they've had the IUD before getting a child, and then when they removed it, they found it really hard to get a child.
I think that's all birth control, no?
I don't know if it's all. I don't know if it's all, but I thought the IUD didn't affect you in any way.
So what it is what they do, they insert it's like a little T inside into the uterus. And what it does, it releases the ones that release the hormones. They change the consistency of the mucus that comes from the cervix, and it also, the hormone prevents you from ovulating, so you don't produce any eggs. And the mucus, if you were to have unprotected sex, it will prevent the sperm from traveling up into the uterus and into the fallopian tube.
I think that could be the cause, because your body is so accustomed of not producing the eggs,
right,
that when you wanted to do it, it's not doing it.
Yeah, so it takes maybe about 3 months for persons to start ovulating again once they have the device removed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good information.
So let's talk about the temporary measures now. So what are some very temporary measures for birth control?
Okay, so temporary in that category would be the contraceptive pill. Right, so the pill is very common.
That's the morning after, right?
No, that's different.
We don't promote that.
Okay.
Temporary meaning that you have to continue using them, whether it's every month or every 3 months. So temporary would be like the pill. So you have the combined contraceptive pill that has 2 hormones.
Okay.
And then you have the single hormone pill, right? And how these pills work, they also prevent ovulation. They change the mucus within the cervix, right? And you have to take the pill every day at the same time. Every single day.
We can't get it right. We can't get it right.
Right? So this is...
First of all, I have a birth control baby. I don't know if the birth control failed or what. I love you, baby, but I'm saying, technically, according to Dr. C, you shouldn't even be here. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, go ahead, Dr. C.
So like these are more for someone who's very organized, right? You have to take the pill every day at the same time to keep the hormone levels at the same level. And like I said, it doesn't prevent, again, sexually transmitted diseases, so you still have to use protection. And how the pill works is that you take 1 pill every day at the same time, but it is only 91% effective.
Ooh, I didn't know the percentage was that low.
Right, 91%.
Okay.
So if 100 women are on the pill for a year, it means that 9 women will get pregnant.
Ooh, child, we're able.
Yeah.
We're able.
Are these the ones that most people say get them fat?
No, isn't that the injection? Can we talk about the injection?
Yeah, so the injection is another temporary measure, right? So similar to the pill, you can get the injection the same time every 3 months.
Okay.
Right? But if you don't like getting injections, you don't like needles,
No.
Yeah, so you get the injection, usually it's you can give it in the butt, right? And that's it, you just get it every 3 months. You have a little card, you go to your doctor, to tell you when you have to come back. With the injection, you still have to use protection, right? Because it doesn't prevent against STDs. It's about 94% effective, right? So those are some good statistics.
Yeah.
So only 6 women within a year would get pregnant on the injection.
So I think Bree raised the point about water retention. People who get a bit bloated,
reluctant to do
Right.
you know, and I know that the injection has been one of the things known to allow your bodies to retain water.
Right.
So you get bloated. And some pills do that as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is. So this is a question that patients always ask. They're like, doc, I don't want to get fat. I'm like, but pregnancy.
Which fat? Ask the camera. Which fat? I'm with the dog. How fat do you want to be? Hair or hair? What you want?
Pregnancy.
No, but I mean, you get fat here. Who? You get big as a house. Who you going to be doing anything with?
First, this is where my disclaimer comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, this birth control conversation should be had within the confines of your marriage. You would not need birth control if you were
Or
married.
if you're of age.
If your significant other and you have...
Because teenagers get busy too, so don't be like, oh, well, we're not going to talk about the birds and the bees till they're
No, we're just talking about birth control.
We need to talk about it
So
earlier class.
have your conversation with birth control with your husband, right, Doc?
Sure.
Just say right.
I might be that person. There's a story of this grandmother who gave her grandchild a smoothie every day to drink for breakfast, and she was putting the birth control in the smoothie every day.
Wow.
To make sure, because she didn't want to have the conversation. So she just put the birth control in the breakfast smoothie every day until the child graduated, and she was like, well, I'm just going to tell you straight out what I did. Because she didn't want to get pregnant during high school.
Jada
Even if she was a virgin or whatever,
Note to
she
self.
didn't want to take the chance.
I'm writing that down. I got a teenager, y'all. These are tips for life.
Yeah, I mean, I just think for someone like me who I think I've tried every single birth control method, from the everyday lifestyle, temporary and whatever, and all of them have had some adverse effects on me. I know.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the effects. So what are some
Okay.
effects that we have from birth control that you've seen or know of?
Okay, so one of the most important things is that with birth control, especially those that have estrogen, right? If you have a family history of having clots in the lungs or clots in the legs, right, you should not use that type of birth control because it can increase your risk, right? Also, if you have a family history of breast cancer, right, which is very important, usually when someone is diagnosed with breast cancer, what they will do, they'll take a biopsy, right, for different reasons. But one of the main reasons to see what type of cells are in the breast cancer, because some breast cancers are hormone sensitive, right? So it will be important for you to know that history before you go to your doctor. If you have a relative, whether it's an aunt or a sister who have been diagnosed with breast cancer, and you want to start a contraceptive, for them to place you on the type that will not put you at risk. Yeah.
I like that. I mean, I know from a personal note, like Adriana, I've talked about my battle with thyroid disease before.
Okay.
And having hyperthyroidism, one of my issues with birth control pills, or even if I were ever to do the injection, is my hormone imbalance is because of thyroid.
Yeah.
So it would always counteract the pills.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter what pill I took.
Yeah.
My thyroid was gonna go, hey, what's this? Do-do-do, let's fix what's happening here, or let's alter this. Ting-do-dum-do-dum, or something is messing up.
And then,
our flow. And then before you know it, I got 3 kids. Anyways. But so I found that there was a special, we really don't like to name call, but I'll tell you, orthotricycline low was the better option for me, because that had a stronger sense of hormone within it and could counteract. But what I do find is that a lot of our young women, especially, because except for vasectomy, I don't know too many birth control for men. Do you know any other ones? For men?
Aren't they getting the pill together?
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
this year there has been studies, ongoing studies about getting a birth control pill for men.
I agree.
I don't think it has been released, but I think they're doing the trials.
They're doing some trials.
To see if they can
Bring some
change the
trials
hormone.
here. We need some.
Yeah, I think it's important.
In the Virgin Islands.
I really think it's important that we have these conversations with our young people. I love the fact that the doc talked about the different versions of it.
Yeah.
You know, there's some permanent ones, there's some temporary ones, and here's some intermediary if you're career focused or you've decided that there's just some things that you want to get done. I think what's most important and the message you really should hear is that we promote safe sex. It doesn't matter. You know, birth control is for you to be able to manage your life.
Yeah.
Safe sex manages who you are, how you are, your health. That is everything. So it's so important for you to understand that safe sex is number one, but we really do want you to understand that managing what your life and your family looks like, children should never be here by accident. And even if they are, it's okay. But know what happens next. We love them, and I love this. Dr. C, thank you, ladies. We're getting ready to head on over to our next segment. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Do you own a local business or has a friend that owns one? Advertise It BVI understands that outdoor marketing, indoor printing, and signage are all needed to keep a business running and in the minds of people. That is why we provide these services. We go beyond regular marketing by providing professional services at a very competitive rate. We're able to leave you with the peace of mind so you can keep your focus back on your daily operations. With our extensive knowledge in marketing and nearly 10 years of experience, we are certain that we can give your business that necessary edge that it needs to be recognized in today's highly competitive market. Visit us today on our website advertiseitbvi.com or call 499-6969. Now is the time to boost your business. Be seen, be heard, Advertise It BVI.
At Blossoms, our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, or super yacht. You can also find a wide variety of silk and dried flower designs, fresh cut flowers, local flowers, tropical blooms, fruit and gourmet baskets, chocolates, balloons, both helium and air-filled, various gift items, and an assortment of plush animals. With a floral experience spanning over 28 years, we have earned a reputation for excellence both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
For job on me too. Welcome back to On Another Note. So we're going into the lovely flavor segment. Yes, yes. Because we've been out here in the heat and we're a bit parched. And if you're missing Angela, she's somewhere in the house roaming, and you'll see her in a little bit. So for right now, we have a Mionetto Prosecco, and I'm gonna just read the ingredients because even though I try to memorize the stuff. It is a golden apple, honey, and white peach flavor.
Sounds amazing.
Ooh, what I like. Let's see. Yeah, let's just get our glasses. Now, how they have the glass so far away from me?
You want to hold your glass?
I hope somebody ain't watching how I'm pouring this and be like, well, girl, take this one.
Thanks.
Do yours.
Not too much.
And I just want all the viewing audience to remember that this segment is sponsored by Caribbean Cellar. Kevin, where you at? You come out for Uber yet? All right, ladies. So cheers.
Cheers.
To another good week and good show. Oh,
It's really good.
It tastes like something I know.
yeah.
Like this
Wait. One more time.
Yeah. It leaves like a dry taste.
It is really dry.
It's dry, but
It's really strong. It goes in sweet and then it's like
it just gets dry.
and who coughs after wine? Like you don't cough. That's not very ladylike, but that's how intense the dryness is at the end.
Yeah, it is.
It
really,
is.
really dry.
So I guess this would really go well with like like cheese and something to kind of offset the dryness. Cheese and grapes. I mean, to me, cheese and grapes go with anybody. But I guess a different type of cheese is something that's a little bit more mellow, that doesn't have much, because this has a punch to it. It definitely does. So it's not for your sweet likers. It's definitely not a sweet wine at all.
I like sweet wines. This one is not sweet.
And it's a white wine too, so I mean, a dry white wine will go well too with like some pasta and steak. I don't know, red wine is steak, but it's dry, so I think that it can still be, paired with something like that. What do you think?
Like a sweet, like something sweet. I mean, when I drink white wine, I usually eat it with cake or something.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
Whether it's dry, sweet, cake and wine. That's it.
I'm gonna take another sip just to make sure.
One last one. Nice.
Mm-hmm. I think this is like, the more you drink it, then you get used to it on your palate, and you're like, okay, well then yeah, this is something I can just nurse. It's nothing I can just guzzle down. Like, no, it's not that type of drink. So again, let's give a shout out to Caribbean Cellars again for providing us with the Mio Netto Prosecco. If you like golden apple, if you like peaches, if you like honey, it does have it. It's not too strong. It has a dry taste. And if you're not really a fan of red wine, but you don't like sweet wine, then it's definitely a go-to for this. With your cake, with your fruit, with something sweet, because it's not sweet. Yeah. So any other thoughts, ladies?
No, it's amazing. I like it.
I like sweet wine, so this is not really my type, but if you don't like sweet wine, then definitely something to go with.
I'm going to just because.
My hair is all over. The wind.
But don't you all love it though? Like, she's like,
I love it. Yeah, I like it.
And while we're at it, let's just give a shout out to our sponsors, Umi, Duo Collection. Thank you so much again for always making us look fly. Yes. Doctor, who are you wearing?
Okay, so I bought this dress on ASOS.
Ah!
Yes. And the necklace, one of my friends, she makes these and sells them
locally?
From Trinidad.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I really like those.
Yeah, and the earrings to go with it.
Yeah, they come to the earrings. Yeah.
And Angela always stays fly, and you'll see more of her as she gives you the tour on Real Appeal
dress.
Oh, she does?
Yes, she does.
Give it up to Umi.
When she comes back.
Yes. So thanks, guys. And now on to Real Appeal.
Well, we had an amazing episode. You have come to the end of another good episode of On Another Note. We are at an amazing location right here in Chalwell Estate. And let me tell you, the homeowners call this the Eagle's Nest. We've already seen a couple chicken hawks today, and the view just takes you straight on out over Old Town. It is just absolutely beautiful. But you can see I've got the lovely ladies behind me. We did a bit today about birth control and making sure that your family is planned the right way. We talked about Tyler Perry's small dreams turning into big opportunities for everyone in your community. The girls are drinking a little bit of Prosecco, compliments of
Caribbean Cellars.
And you can see we're all nice and decked out from Umi to Duo Collection. We want to say thank you. And you're watching. Stay tuned for the next episode of On Another Note. Bye.